Pathmark is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmark qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments for the relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmark to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmark.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Amit from Icogz, Managing Director. How are you doing today, Amit?
Good morning, and it's lovely to meet you. All well. It's been a great day so far, and I think with Pathmark in, it should be a great day now.
Definitely. Thanks so much for that. Glad to be on today's episode here with you. Well, let's take it up for our listeners to get a little bit more of knowledge of what Icogz is all about. Can you tell us what it's all about?
Lovely. So thank you first for having us over. Icogz essentially is a data sciences platform. It's a system that we've built, an AI-powered, machine learning-powered system that we've taken the last 4 years to build. It's a product which essentially helps businesses and business leaders work with data. We live in a world today where data is sacrosanct. It's everywhere. Top of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, mid funnel, we all have data. But one of the biggest challenges that we found people struggling with is how do you bring all of this disparate, disjointed data together, and how does it all work together, all right? That's what we do at Icogz. We build this AI system which essentially works with structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data, brings it all together, and converts it into actionable intelligence, actionable insights that then business leaders could work with and convert that into, business decisions that they take in the real-time basis. So that's what we do. We're very, very passionate about what we do. We've built the entire system over 4 years, as I said. And as of this point in time, we've applied for about 13 patents. We've been issued about 4 of them, and 9 are under various stages of, question answers and Q&As that we're going through. But we're very, very hopeful that we'll get all 13.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, great to hear that from you guys. I mean, all that data and information is always, I think one of the most hectic things for a marketer or for anyone in the business. So definitely glad that you guys are doing that. And so maybe that way that our listeners who are tuning in could get a good understanding of your company. What would you say is then a key problem, if you could sum it up, that you solve for clients?
So, like I said, right, and so there's every organization, no matter the size, a mid-sized organization and a large-sized organization, everyone generates data, right? Now, if you went by what KPMG or BCG or McKinsey have published in various reports, 2 problems that are rampant across organizations. One, how do I bring all my data together, create one unified, harmonized view of this data that I can see? Because today data resides in silos, right? We've created financial systems, inventory management systems, marketing systems, CRMs, loyalty systems. These are all independent tools that exist. And therefore, one big unified view of this data is one challenge that organizations and leaders face. Number one. Number 2, when you're working with legacy systems, if you go to larger organizations, they've built systems over the last few years or decades maybe, right? And when you're trying to marry legacy systems into more modern era, modern-day systems, one of the biggest challenges that comes in is the cleanliness of this data, the timeliness of this particular data. And then how do you therefore make that work for you in one cohesive format? That is exactly what our system solves. That's exactly what we, as a problem statement, solve for our organizations or clients that we work with, whether it is some of the big 4 consulting firms who are outsourcing their work to us, and we are handling this on behalf of their clients. We work with one of the largest beverages brand in the world. We handle that for them in India. We handle that for one of the largest dental care brands, and we handle that in India and the Middle East. We're working with one of the largest Middle Eastern banks, helping them make sense out of their entire branch banking, credit card portfolio, debt portfolio that they have. Working for a sports brand right now, which is a club essentially based out of Saudi Arabia, and trying to bring them, to work with their data, which is off-field data essentially, and customer needs data that they work with. And when you marry all of this together, we are helping them make decisions, right, in real-time basis, which otherwise would have taken them a week or 10 days or so to kind of, collate, assimilate, and then start interpreting and analyzing data sets. We've almost made for some of these clients all of this data real time.
Awesome. Great to hear that. And I mean, you were mentioning right now, some of the industries that you guys go for, the BFSI, FMCG, but is there a vertical that you guys like to go for? Is there an ideal ICP for Icogz?
Retail brands, right? We love retail brands, right? Brands who have physical presence, they've got stores, they've got their own e-commerce sites, which are working for them, who are present on marketplaces such as Amazon, and selling or reselling on these particular platforms, or who have shop-in-shop presence in various malls, various stores. Now, they have disjointed, disparate systems, right? The bigger the chaos, the better the tool, right? And that's what we do. We love chaos, right? And we try and put method to that entire madness that comes in. So we love retailers. We love BFSI brands, especially the brands that have a lot of branches and they do a lot of branch banking or branch-based engagements and interactions. We love working with them because they have a bigger problem statement to solve, right? And therefore, immediacy of solutions, immediacy of answers and learnings that they want, right? That's where we thrive, right? And so that's one category that we really love.
Absolutely. All right. Awesome to hear that. And so then how would some of the retail companies or some of the BFSIs, or how would they usually find out about Icogz? Is there a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
So currently, so as I said, right, we spent about 4 years building this entire platform. We've started monetizing Icogz in terms of client engagements just over the last, 8 to 10 months, right? So we're very fresh in the market that way. Our website and our social channels have been amazing in terms of our lead gen funnel. Most of our inquiries, about 45% in terms of one unit, comes from our website and our social channels that comes in. The remaining comes in from our participation in events, a lot of referrals in terms of clients that we know, brands that we work with, associations that we have, pardon me. And our most favorite tool, LinkedIn, right? So connections with various folks in the industry, we've got an office in Ontario, Canada. We've got an office out of Milton Keynes in UK. We've got an office out of Dubai in the UAE. We've got an office out of Mumbai in India and Delhi in India. We are right now setting up an office in Singapore to cater to the Southeast Asian market. So then participation in events, connecting with professionals in those markets. And, I've done this for only about 25 years, content marketing. Right, build a lot of use cases, build a lot of white papers, share a lot of content and learnings with brands. And you'll be surprised how content really plays an amazing role in lead generation for us, for large B2B brands who are looking out for solutions such as ours, especially a small company, right? When you're going up against Salesforces and Dataramas of the world, you've got to definitely be coming up with a solution which really, really makes a difference in their lives. And that's what for us.
Definitely. All right. Awesome. And so that way our listeners who are tuned in can check you guys out. You could always visit them at icogz.com. What role does the website play for client acquisition, Amit?
All right. So 3 roles currently, right? It's our first point of contact. You want to know about us. You want to know about the promoters. You want to know about the people behind it. That's our website. You get there, you see what we have. It also acts as our lead gen landing page, right? It's the destination where all our campaigns that are run bring in the audience down to various use cases or various use pages that come in. And we use that in terms of our drip marketing funnels as well to share a lot of our content in terms of case studies, in terms of our blogs that we're writing and stuff like that. So it's currently the placeholder where all of our data out of the intelligence that we are creating is being aggregated, right? Again, still in the infancy. We've currently been using LinkedIn for our large amount of long-form content for dissemination. but now we're working on a system where we'll be integrating all of our content and all of our blogs in on the website as well. So that's the journey that we're undertaking right now.
Definitely. All right. Awesome to hear that. And as far as any tips or tools or methods that you recommend to our listeners, as far as some website lead generation, would you have any?
A couple of things, right? So, especially in the B2B space, right? When you're selling to established businesses, there is a funnel, right? It's not the same shoe size that fits everyone. So you need to be creating the right relevant content across industries, across segments, across sectors. And if you don't do that, what essentially happens is you're targeting the wrong audience most of the time, right? So what one should really be doing when it comes to B2B marketing is making sure that the kind of content that you create is very heavily customized for a particular sector that you're going after. Like you asked me a question, which is our sweet spot, and I spoke about retail. Right now, retail itself can be divided into multiple subcategories, right? Pure play e-commerce brands that exist, right? Pure play offline retailers that may exist. Divide that by product lineups, and you might look at fashion retail that comes in. You might look at electronics retail that comes in, pharmacies or medical retail that comes in. Now, each of these have very different problem statements. And what works for fashion may not work for pharmaceutical, for example, all right? Therefore, custom tailor-making your solutions, your communications, your content, and taking it to those audiences is worth its weight in gold, right? Even if you get one client out of, let's say a largest investment that you've done to build a pharmacy use case, it will more than pay for itself going forward. And that's what we're doing at this point in time. We've got close to about 20 odd use cases, and we've got close to about 40, 45 odd white papers that we then disseminate to our clients and to our audiences. And that's across the entire drip marketing funnel. So first contact, second contact, rejection, reminder after 3 months, reminder after 6 months. How do you go through the funnel to keep them abreast of what's happening with you? So we're going through the entire long tail process of keeping our prospects as well as the rejects, brands who rejected us at this point in time, into our funnel, so that a lead generated ones should never go out of your system, right? You never know, they might come back a year later, right? So that's our philosophy of working with our leads that we come in. We put a lot of emphasis and value to the leads that we've generated.
Definitely some great insight there from you. And well, let's switch gears a little bit, Amit, and let's talk about you being the leader there for Icogz, you being the manager, director, founder, CEO, everything in one. What are some key tasks you focus on your day-to-day work?
So, amazing. So over a period of time, my role has changed, right? So when we started off, when I was a startup, today we're a team of about 40, 45 odd people. And this is only the dev and the data sciences team, correct? Which is based out of India. The role essentially was, to help evangelize the product, come up with ideas, innovations, solutions, think about the entire architecture and the framework of the platform. And therefore, in the initial days, it was more about product. It was more about what is it that I had to get done, get my team to think about, evangelize the entire, use case of the solutions internally with my team. As of now, over the last 1 year, as we've taken the product to market, my role has evolved. I am more of the storyteller. I'm the person who's going out, presenting a lot of customized solutions to clients, doing, a lot of brainstorming sessions with them, coming up with problem statements that they are finding difficult to, put their fingers on, identify on the basis of the data that they have, and then convert that into a solution that comes in, right? So apart from the 40, 45 odd people, we've got a 10 to 12 member team, which is today out there talking to brands across industries, across geographies. And then once somebody's been warmed up, my role comes in terms of getting onto sessions with them, workshops with them, identify how is it that we can solve a particular problem, and then take it to the next level in terms of briefing the entire team that comes in. So from evangelizing or helping my dev team and the data science team to understand the product vision that we had initially, it's now about taking the same vision, the same platform intelligence and learnings to clients and narrating the entire story to clients such that they can appreciate what is it that we bring on the table. So, as such, nothing has changed. The audience has changed for me. I'm speaking to more evolved audience at one end in terms of CEOs and CXOs and in terms of clients. And I'm also speaking to a lot of marketing managers, and mid-tier professionals who are sitting in and asking questions of what is it that we deliver and how is it that we can make their life better.
Definitely. I mean, so like it's evolved. So that's what we like to hear. So awesome to you, Amit. Well, let's jump into our next section here, Amit, which is our rapid fire question rounds. You ready for them?
Yes, let's go.
All right. First off, Amit, what is the last book that you read?
I'm currently reading a book called The Outsiders, right? It's all about a lot of CXOs speaking about valuations and how is it that the value is being created within an organization and stuff like that. Amazing book, right? I'm still on the first chapter. Prior to that, I was reading a book about our Prime Minister in India, Mr. Modi, right? And about what is it that he's doing in terms of building digital highways within India and stuff like that. So that was a fascinating read as well, which is the India of tomorrow, the Bharat of tomorrow. That's what the book is called.
All right. Great read there for our listeners. Next up is, what is one single thing that your company is focused on at the moment the most?
We believe that data is like fish and not like wine, right? And what that means is it rots faster, doesn't age better. The relevancy of data is today. And therefore, we are helping brands purely focus on understanding the value of data as of this point in time and how can you put it to better use using AI systems that can make your life simpler.
All right, perfect. Also, now, if there would be no boundaries in technology, Amit, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
I would want. Okay, that's a tricky one. I have too many of them. I need a lot of solutions and support. But if there was a way to probably make LLM a lot more, large language models a lot more accessible to developers and understood by developers, and speed up the entire dev process in terms of implementing that across data sets like ours, I'd love for that to be our solution that we can then take to clients much faster.
Okay, awesome. And well, lastly, Amit, I definitely want to know a little bit more, or what would you say to yourself? But I love this question, especially with someone with so much experience like yourself. What is one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
Okay, so I keep saying this to everyone today. I spent 4 years building the product, right? So that meant I built first and now I'm going out selling. I would rather just have tweaked it a little bit and I would have gone and sold first and then gone about developing it, right? Sell first, or rather do it in parallel, right? The ideal way would be keep your build-ups going, build your product. Don't try to build the entire ecosystem on day zero. It's not going to be possible. Don't wait for a perfect product. It's not going to come. If your product has reached perfection, you've stalled out, right? You kind of reached your plateau. You're not going to grow. Because your product is going to evolve on an ongoing basis, what you need to do is, while you're building it, keep selling, right? There's no reason why you can't sell a prototype. There's no reason why you can't sell a beta. There's no reason why you can't sell a version 0.1. If that means that you're going to sell it at pittance, sell it at pittance, because there's no better learning that a developer or a product owner has than customer feedback, right? So I would have today a lot of stuff that we're changing on the basis of live feedback. I wish I would have sold it about 2 years ago, and I would have saved at least 3 or 4 months of my dev time in terms of a lot of changes that I'm doing right now, on the product.
Definitely some great advice. I think, everybody wants to get to that perfection, but like you mentioned, right? If you just work on it, then it's not growing. So definitely some great advice there from you, Amit, and for everybody who's listening. Well, Amit, do want to thank you for being on the show with us today. We're coming to an end here, but I do want to give you the last word. If someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is that one thing they should remember about Icogz?
We're a data sciences firm. You want to make your data work for you, talk to us, right? Free consulting. I'm not going to charge you anything for that. And if that helps make sense out of your data requirements, we'd be more than happy to, custom make solutions for you and provide you the power of AI without spending or putting a hole in your pocket.
Definitely, you guys heard it there. You can always visit them at icogz.com. Actionable business insights. To our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in and looking forward to our next episode at Past One Presents. Thanks a lot, Amit.
Thank you so much, Ernesto. Pleasure. And good